If anyone leaves a sporting event and misses a great comeback, then that's on them, especially in the playoffs. But we do know some fans have made mistakes before, and maybe some fans in Los Angeles yesterday might have left. Dodgers were down 5-2 in the eighth inning. They'd never come back when they were trailing by 3 or more after 7 innings in their long postseason history. So what's LA do? They turned to Cody Bellinger, the former MVP, who hit just 165 on the season. But Bellinger putting that behind him, a 3-run homer, tied the game. Mookie Betts delivered the game winner, and they win 6-5. They now trail Atlanta 2-1 in the series. Doesn't feel like that they're down 2-1, but after those wins, those kind of wins, those sometimes feel like more than just one victory. A few more outs in this series could have been basically over, but now Los Angeles has momentum, and they head into Game 4. Each game has been decided late by just 1 run for the Dodgers and Braves fans. It's exhausting for the rest of us. It's fun baseball. And I started to wonder about Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger, when you're getting late into a game, has been great in the postseason so far. And, that's what you want. He's struggled, but found a way to somehow be able to come up with a big hit. And, it was a rough regular season for him. But the Dodgers, they're 10-0 against the Braves in their last 10 meetings at Dodger Stadium, 23-4 against the Braves in Dodger Stadium. That goes back to the 2013 National League Division Series. The Astros, meanwhile, they tied their game at 2-2 in the eighth inning, then blew it open, 7 runs in the ninth inning, beating the Red Sox and evening the American League Championship Series at 2 games apiece. And once again, the Astros do it. They scored all their runs in the ninth inning with 2 outs, matching the most runs in an inning with 2 outs in postseason history. They're great with 2 outs. They've scored 36 2-out runs this postseason. That's the most by any American League team prior to the World Series in baseball history. That clutch gene that they still had. And, you can start to look at some of the calls because in the postseason we care about this. A strike here, a ball here, a missed call here. And it just felt like it was bad for both teams last night in Fenway. And I know there's going to be this cry for, we need to have, robotic umpires or do what tennis does where you have a strike zone and you have a beep when it's in and, there's no beep when it's not. We're not there yet. I would just love for these umpires to have to answer after a game just to say, give us an idea of what you're looking at. Because if you're missing 15 to 20 pitches in a game, including a big one in the ninth inning, then, that can change a series. That can change the fate for players, managers, GMs, certainly the fans. And I don't think we're there yet with the robotic umpire or you're going to have a strike zone, an automated strike zone. But I do think we'll get to it because if you have the technology, why not use the technology? And I know you're going to get the old school, which I'm supposed to be part of. They're going to go, that's part of the flavor of the game where the umpire misses a call. Okay, but then is it the flavor when he misses a call at first base or at home plate or second base? No, it's not the flavor. Oh, that's part of the folklore. That's what makes the game so great, the interpretation of a strike zone. Really? Not for me. If I'm a pitcher, do I go, it's part of the game. It's part of the personality of it. He just missed that call there. Nathan Eovaldi is probably not going, man, that's part of the game. I'm all right with that. I never understood why umpires would give great pitchers more latitude or longitude when it came to a strike zone. When you're going, hey, Greg Maddux, it's Greg Maddux, you got to give him that, or Tom Glavine. Like, no. It's like a phantom foul that Michael Jordan would go to the hoop and you knew somebody was going to get whistled for a foul, whether he fouled him or not. It's like, that's Michael Jordan. Don't you give that to the guys who aren't as good to help them out a little bit? But this is always going to be that curiosity of, I just don't know why baseball doesn't go, this is how we call a strike and this is how we call a ball. Not, I always give the high strike. I never give that high strike. I'll give you on the black. I never understood that. Shouldn't it be, do we do that in any other sport? where you got an official, maybe a back judge in the NFL goes, I'd like to let you put your hands on the wide receiver, or I don't let you put your hand on the wide receiver. No, this is how you call a game. But for some reason, we've allowed Joe West and some of these other umpires for decades to be able to have their own personality. And I don't know if baseball's headed in that direction, but there were some pitches in the Red Sox-Astros game where I went, man, oh man, this guy's, and I don't want to mention names, he was consistently bad. He was consistent for both teams, just bad. And you go, how does baseball not, and this is supposed to be your elite umpires. This is a postseason. This is a reward here. And you're going, I'm missing something here. And I know sometimes the angle, that camera, that center field camera, is not really right, behind second base looking in. It's off to the side a little bit. So it is deceiving. But they do have stats, analytics, of course, that will tell you what is a missed call. And missed call usually means it has to be 6 inches outside of the strike zone. If you miss a call, it's got to be kind of a blatant missed call, not just something that's on the edge. But watching last night, yesterday, they see a different game than I do, and I don't think it's great for baseball. Not when you're at this stage of the season, and you had that on display last night. Yes, Paulie?
It was interesting, though. Red Sox fans are very upset because Eovaldi's curveball they thought was a strike, and the inning would have been over, it would have been tied 2-2. But it's the 9th inning. If that umpire was having a tight strike zone side to side, 9 innings in, shouldn't the pitchers know this? Shouldn't they be discussing the dugout and realize you may not get that pitch that you by the 9th inning you would know what that ump is doing. You're tracking every pitch. That's all the pitching coaches do. They should know what they can get.
Yeah, but that wasn't one of those where you go, yeah, he's not going to give that to me. That was one of those where that's strike. That's it. That's strike. And then they show it from up above. And then you see it where it goes over the plate. Because sometimes you can throw a breaking ball and it sort of comes around the plate and then where the catcher catches it. That was, where's it going to go over the plate? Oh, yeah, that's inside corner. Yeah, that's definitely a strike. Actually, that was an outside part of the plate, but that was strike. Absolutely. Yeah, Paul.
You got to do like Kenley Jansen of the Dodgers and just strike everybody.
That's true. That's true.
Take the umpire out of it.
Yeah, that was great. There was a lot of drama there.